Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Tuesdays with Paula. I'm Paula K Bronte, your Master Rapid Eye Technician. And today we're going to talk about children and rapid eye technology. I've had lots of people bringing their children to me, and it's actually one of the greatest compliments to have a client then bring their children, right? That's great trust. And it's partly because the client, the parent, is wise enough and insightful enough to recognize how this technique can really accelerate healing for their children. So if you have a child that's experienced divorce, if you're in the middle of a divorce, if they're symptomatic of anything that's not absolute love and joy and ease that should be in a child's experience, if they have night terrors, if they have tantrums, if they're biters, if they have really low self-esteem, if they're extremely introverted and shy and not able to socialize, if they're highly aggressive, if you notice that they're manipulative, if they've got attachment disorder or just, overly attached. There's tons of things that children will manifest that will tell you that they're not centered and in their joy as we would love to see our children be. Also, if they have learning disabilities. Anything happening with your child or a child that you know that is not serving them, that's not allowing them to be that pure light that they came here to be, Rapid Eye will work for them very quickly. All right, adults, it can take a while because our neuropathways work in layers, right? And the older we are, the more trauma we've had, the more layers there are, and the more time it takes to clear out those neuropathways and put in new information. A child, they clear really easily, rapidly, quickly, because they don't have as many layers. And they're really open. They're open and receptive to learning and hearing a new way of being. Much more so than we are. We're pretty set in our ways as we get older. So children can really, really just tune right in and learn some things and shift quickly. If you've got a child that's adopted, if it's someone that's under the age of 6, let's say, 5 or 6, 5 or 6 is okay. Younger than that, what I like to do is proxy on the parent. So I'll have the parent actually sit and call in the child's energy. And because of the genetic and the energetic connection, a parent can do a session and the child will receive the benefits for it. So it's kind of cool. You're getting 2 for the price of 1 that way. So if it's a very young child, I generally I'll work on the parent rather than the child. But 6 and up, it works. Another category, if it is someone that's adopted, that's a big one. They often need lots of help. And I spoke not too long ago about power sessions. And actually next week you may be hearing more about power sessions, and they're fantastic with families. So power sessions are where we have a number of people processing the same issue or the same goal, right? When you have a lot of people doing and focusing on one thing, the results happen pretty big and fast. And so family sessions are really potent. We have all the members of a family come in and we run the session on everyone at the same time. And not only is it powerful for the rapid eye release itself, but it really gives the family a cohesive goal to work on together, a teaching that you can experience with each other. I give tools, and the family can share the tools. If someone is acting out, another family member can say, "Hey, Mom, would you like to try your eye patch?" or whatever it may be. So family sessions are really, really quick and add so much to the quality of a family's healing. And for example, if you have a group hug, right? If you've ever had a group hug, you know how the energy of all those people really putting all that love in, you feel it so much bigger than if it were one person giving you a hug. Well, when we have power sessions, especially when there are families involved, the children, being sponges that they are, they can just really pick up the positive, uplifting energy that comes through that session. And I would like to share one story with you, particularly about a child. She was very, very shy, and she did not have the capacity to say no. She thought if someone asked her for something, she just had to give it. It was like, just normal. If you ask me, I do it. And I had one session with her talking about how that's not really true. You get to say what's true for you, and you get to say no. And I explained why and how. And not too long after that, her mother told me that she was asked to speak, say a blessing at church. And there were a lot of people there. And surprisingly, she stood right up and she said it loud and clear, eye contact, confidently, and she was done. And she sat down, and her parents were absolutely amazed because this child was so shy, she would never speak up. And she said, the parents asked her, wow, that was fantastic. How did you find the courage for that? And she said, well, Paula taught me how to say no. Paula taught me how to speak for myself, and so that was easy. And along with the rapid eye technology and these children, as I did with this one, there's quite a bit of coaching, right? I'm able to ask them questions. That's the key to coaching, is asking the right questions to help them begin to see that how they're thinking and doing things may not be exactly what's serving them. And so there you go. Children, bring them on in. I love them, and they respond so quickly. And family sessions are ideal. All right. That's this week's little talk. I love you all. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.